Okay. Um, well, I want to make this video. Uh, this is about, just everything in general. I saw a video by Krabby Dog Tricks. He's one of my favorite people. He might seem like talking in lay terms, but that's fine, it doesn't really matter. Um, I think it matters what people have in their gut, and talk from their gut. I'm actually surprised that people are even as smart as they are, or as stupid as they are. However you want to. I mean, this is what I mean by that. I can watch news, and I could watch news for a whole hour, and I didn't, and not one thing do they say that it does even mean anything at all, really. And and I can see how that could make somebody really dumb, just because you're sitting there and they're talking, even on public TV, where they're talking about Iran and how the people are rioting and everything, but they're just moving their lips. They're not really saying anything. They really aren't. They aren't saying anything. Um, like what people should be talking about is how we're almost into 5 wars now. Because, all right, we're in Afghanistan, we're in Iraq, we're over there in Pakistan, and now Obama, the administration is talking about, well, I guess we can board a North Korean boat ships now or something. That's four countries, and then we got Iran. That's 5 countries. So, oh, and we got 700 bases overseas. But man, nobody better ever try to protect themselves. We're the ones with 700 bases overseas, but everybody else, no, they can't even know about how to make bombs. I mean, we use them, but they can't even know about how to make them. That's how democratic we are, and how the news is just so nice about everything. How they always get things right. Like I say, they move their lips for an hour, and I never hear a thing that really says anything. I mean, seriously, it's like Glenn Beck or somebody. Nothing he says means a thing to me. Now, Alex Jones, I like Alex Jones, and it's really kind of weird because I'm a musician, and I'm kind of always been the anti-establishment. There's that one word, something. It's the longest word in the dictionary. Um, Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Now, anti-disestablishment. It's like a double negative. Almost like if you're not for the establishment, there's something. Then people are going to be after you. Like, now that's where dog, Krabby Dog Tricks was talking about Homeland Security, and the thing about that is, yeah, if you're not establishment, oh, you must be, there must be something wrong with you because you're not establishment. Well, the establishment we have right now is run by a bunch of crooks. We got a crooked establishment. So we needed the longest word in the dictionary just to figure out what the heck they're doing. And so the Homeland Security, they might say, well, we're anti-disestablishmentarianism, miss, but anyway, I just can't believe the things I see on a daily basis. Just like the price of oil, nobody's saying a thing. They're well, they don't even pay for gas. A lot of these people in Congress, they get people to drive them around, and they not just drive them around, but drive them around in great big SUVs, maybe bulletproof SUVs. They had, back when over there, they didn't just put, some steel on some of these Jeeps, but they were selling them like for $1 million, these Humvees. But that was the whole point. They wanted to put them over there cheap, and then mark them up 1,000%. Because these people that go to war, you know, they're ruthless. They're ruthless in everything they do. As just like now they want to get, you know, into everything that everybody does everywhere. You know, they want to have really, you know, feudalist type control. And I saw a good movie just with Kevin Costner called The Postman. And at the end of the movie, they have all the village people are going like a family to fight these soldiers. And all these soldiers were doing was going around from village to village and pillaging everybody. Well, that's kind of what we're doing, and what other countries are doing. We're, instead of really strengthening our families, and everybody in Korea, instead of strengthening their families, they just have a bunch of soldiers around, you know, stealing from people, and, you know, just kind of this tax for this tax for that, you know, highway taxes, and I'm Alex Jones. I have a kind of thing with Alex Jones. I mean, as far as if I was to tell somebody, for a while there, I didn't really want to tell anybody about him, because there was some time, like during the election, where I figured that he was talking like he knew too much about Obama that he couldn't have known. But now that Obama's been elected, I can see that a lot of what he's saying about Obama is really true, that he's, you know, he's just going along, just being a fascist like the rest of them. And I say, fascist, that's it. That makes you a punk. You're a fascist punk. You're just like Bush. There's no, maybe you're a fascist punk. It's, you know, you're either it or you're not it. You're either a fascist punk or you're not a fascist punk. So, that's what I think of Obama. And I would tell him that to his face. I would tell more than that. I'd throw, you know, I'd like to throw a shoe in Bush's face. I'd like to do more than that. Use him as a basketball on some hard concrete, you know. He's never used his head anyway. But, you know, now I gotta watch everything I say. Oh, he's serious. He's serious. Well, you're a bunch of fascist punks. That's what I'm serious about. Homeland Security. You're just buying into this whole fucking thing. You know, you're nobody. You're just going right along with this establishment. A bunch of people from 1700s that had come over here with slave ships and indentured ships, and had brought the stock market with them. See, the stock market has been around all the time. I mean, it's the Dutch actually in the 1600s was the really original, but the Rothschilds took it over, and they have had. That's how they gained control of England and France's central banks, and that's how a lot of how they gained control of our central bank was because of the stock market, the manipulation. Just like when they took that one stock from the start of this whole thing, they had one stock that all of a sudden overnight it went from like $300 a share to, you know, $1 a share, something really ridiculous. It's only because they just took their own shares out. That's how come it dropped so much. And so they really did like have controlled demolition of the stock market, just like there was a controlled demolition of 9/11. And it just gets me sick, you know, to think that, you know I'm a common person, and I'm not all that well educated, but I have really been around. I've been around the hard way, as I tell people. I'm in my 50s, and I've been around kind of like Kevin Costner in The Postman. I mean, I've been all around this whole country several times, and I've seen a lot of things that you wouldn't see, you know, just by being in a cushy office for 30 years, you know. I've seen things that Cheney hasn't seen. I call Cheney a punk. I never liked Cheney, and I never would like a fascist punk like that. I think he killed that prostitute, too. I really believe he killed a prostitute, and that prostitute was smarter than he thinks he's smart. He's just a murderer and somebody that should be